Hey folks, this is the Beard Owl Podcast, and we like weird stuff, and we are proud to be an affiliate of the Odd Pods Media Network, where there's a bunch of other creators putting out other weird stuff. So, without further ado, let's get on with the show.
Hey, you there. We've got a question for you. Are you tired of clickbait stories and the loudest voices driving discussions in culture and entertainment?
If so, I'm Dylan.
I'm Kendall.
And I'm Corey. And we host the podcast From the Middle. We're middle-class guys living in the middle of America, in the middle chapters of our lives with points of view somewhere in the middle.
We take a more reasonable and centrist approach in our discussions covering genres like comedy, culture, entertainment, and interviews, with really interesting folks like business owners, comic creators, doctors, news anchors, New York Times best-selling illustrators, professional stand-up comics, and more. We really value a relaxed and conversational podcast, one that we hope is so fun and laid back, you'll forget you're not actually hanging out with us.
So search at From the Mid Pod, just like it sounds, or check us out everywhere you can find podcasts.
Hi, I'm Tina Jaramillo.
And I'm Hillary Doherty.
And we host the Muck Podcast, where we discuss the dark and sometimes weird true stories in American politics.
Hey, Tina, did you know that Elvis crashed the Nixon White House for the sole purpose of getting a DEA badge, and it worked?
What? Or how a gun control advocate senator out of California engaged in gun trafficking with notorious gang leader Shrimp Boy?
Shrimp Boy, I remember him. Okay, so, we cover all of that and more from maladies, madness, mischief, and murder in U.S. politics.
And we also host a bi-weekly interview segment called Lil Muck.
We interview politicians, journalists, activists, and others who share their experiences in politics.
Find the Muck Podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, and check us out on social media at the Muck Podcast.
Well, hey, how are you doing? Have a seat. Have a drink. Boy, I can glad to see you. But can you
I want to welcome everybody to a very special episode of the Beard Owl Podcast, the podcast where we talk about two of the greatest things in the world, beer and Weird Al. And since it's a very special episode, my brother isn't here because he's not very special. And I have very special guests with me. And my very special guest today is going to be joining me on a ridiculously self-indulgent, ill-advised vanity romp through some of Weird Al's original songs. I have Philip, who, he's ready to be indulgent. So how are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty well. Thank you so much for having me today. First of all, I want to do a shameless plug for a couple of podcasts just to start it off that I host, if you don't mind.
Yes.
I'm being self-indulgent.
Right at the start. Set the stage. I like it.
Exactly. I host three podcasts, but one is for work, so we don't really have to get into that. But two podcasts on my own time. And one of them is with a group of friends. There are 6 of us, friends from college, and we talk about, it's called Sports Flicks, Just Give Us Clicks. Mm-hmm. And we talk about just sports movies. If anybody loves sports movies, if anybody likes different aspects of sports movies, we do a movie a month, and then we have 2 mini pods, and the mini pods can be like really intense or really goofy. One mini pod we did was which sports character should be replaced by Danny DeVito. Which sports movie character? Obviously, there's a lot of them that Danny DeVito would make a good sports movie character.
I mean, obviously, the best answer to that question is Ivan Drago.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, right?
A good one. Yeah. Yeah. And we thought, Seabiscuit obviously would be a good one as well. And there are lots of good avenues you could take that, whether you wanted to be serious or not serious. I like to think of Danny DeVito as taking this part of animals. So like Air Bud would be another good one.
Oh, that would be good.
Or playing Michael Jordan in the original Space Jam would also be
Mhm.
another good one that he could do. But that's one pod that we do, and we do 3 episodes a month. One actual movie, which we've talked about, Rudy, Cinderella Man. We talked about Happy Gilmore, those type of movies, and then 2 mini pods. And then my wife Courtney and I just started a podcast, and it is called the Ultimate Gilmore Girls Movie Night Podcast,
Oh,
or
shut up.
the Ultimate Gilmore Girls Movie Night.
Oh, wow.
She is a huge Gilmore Girls fan. I have seen a handful of episodes, but I enjoy it. I think it has good writing. I'm just not quite the fan she is. But if anybody's listening has ever seen Gilmore Girls, you would know that it has all types of pop culture references, including movie references. And so we basically go movie by movie from the very first episode, and we review those movies.
That's
So
wild.
yes, there's 400 and something movies, so it'll take us. We do it every 2 weeks, so it'll take us about 15 years. I think I did the math.
Well, you're set
Um,
now.
so I'm 37 right now. So when I'm 52, I'm extremely excited
You're gonna be done.
to finish that podcast. Yes,
That's
yeah.
so wild.
I think we started. I don't remember which one we started with, but we did Schindler's List, which was quite a heavy one for that.
Mhm.
The Shining, and all Mommy Dearest, which I'd never seen before. I knew about it,
Oh.
but I'd never seen it before, and didn't enjoy that movie that much. But anyways, we go through the whole from the first episode to the last. So if you're a Gilmore Girls fan or a movie fan, check that one out. That is called the Ultimate Gilmore Girls Movie Night, and it's good. But yeah, so I am here to talk about Weird Al. I have a couple of beers. We're going to talk about some of my original favorites. So I'm not going to tell you which songs these go to, because I don't want to give it away yet, obviously. So one kind of talks about nostalgia and thinking about days gone by. So this one is called Summer Break,
Oh.
because obviously if you
I know what song that is.
think about nostalgia, you think about Summer Break. This one's a 4.6. And then the other one is more of a doo-wop song.
Mhm.
And so I chose Blue Moon,
Oh, that's perfect. I love a
because
good
that
Blue Moon,
fits
yeah.
doo-wop. Whenever I knew I was doing that song, I thought, well, Blue Moon's the first one I can think of. But I didn't want to just get Blue Moon, because that is kind of mainstream.
Yeah, it's on the cusp of craft. It's craft. It's like it opening the door to craft, but it's not quite craft just yet. And before we jump into the songs that you want to talk about, I do want to mention the beer that I have, mostly because I didn't know what songs you were going to talk about, so I couldn't plan that far ahead. I had to go with our whole overarching theme here, which is you being ridiculously self-indulgent. And picking your favorite Al originals. So I have it is an imperial stout with milk sugar, raspberry, and cocoa nibs from the brewing project called Slurp. That's 3 S's and 3 P's in the word slurp. And look how cool this can is. Right?
Oh wow,
It's
I
super
like
rad.
it.
And
I like it.
yeah,
It
and
looks kind of like a Simpsons type
it does.
character.
It does. It's like a bald man with a mustache with a smaller bald man with a mustache on his shoulders, both kind of drinking some tasty sort of concoction. And
Yes.
it's wild. And it's a nice, like, those like if you've ever had like a dark chocolate like raspberry candy,
Mm-hmm.
right? It tastes very much like that. And I think that's largely due. Obviously, it's got the raspberry and the cocoa nibs, but I think a lot of that has to do with the milk sugar, because that's giving it a sweetness that I don't think it otherwise would have had. And it's tasty. This is from the Brewing Project in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Oh.
Yeah. So, it's a faraway
Sounds-
beer for me, because I'm in
sounds good.
Florida. I'm in Florida, so I don't know.
And I'm in Oklahoma, so I don't know that as well.
Oh, but yeah, this is It's tasty, and it's only 5.6, which seems low for an imperial stout,
Mm-hmm.
in quotes, but it tastes really indulgent. And I'm not going to get drunk on you during this episode. So, I mean,
Well, I'm going to try not to. I'm not going to get drunk either, which is good because I've learned from my Sports Flicks podcast. One of the first episodes, I was really getting quite into it, and as I drank more, my speech sped up more.
mm-hmm.
And as I was listening, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't! I'm like a chipmunk."
Oh, you're just going on high speed. Sidebar. My brother John and I really do want to talk about the Rocky franchise with somebody. And so we may get in touch with you because there's Weird Al songs that are tangential to Rocky, so I could see a crossover happening at some point
That sounds good.
with
That sounds
Rocky.
good. Actually, you kind of mentioned Rocky. Would I be in one of my Sports Flicks podcasts? We did what songs would make for a good sports movie. Just which songs that we like would make for a good sports movie. And my favorite type of music, other than Weird Al, is like the Beatles and
Me too.
the Beach Boys and Frank Sinatra. So not today's music. And obviously, all my friends enjoy the music of the last 5-6 years. And I in that podcast I said, honestly, the only music I know of the last 10 years is Weird Al, songs that he's done. So in that one, I picked Weird Al songs, and I wrote a synopsis of what I want my Weird Al sports movie to be. Would you be okay with me giving you my synopsis?
This is your ridiculously self-indulgent, ill-advised vanity episode, so feel free to do so.
But before, I need to remind you, if you want to listen to this episode, go to Sports Flicks. Just give us clicks. I think it's episode 2 or 3, and definitely I want to be self-indulgent all the way.
I'm gonna even indulge you and put links in the notes to this episode to your podcast. So
yes, okay. I want to set the scene. It has been 32 years since his debut and only movie called UHF. I think it's time that we give the world another Weird Al movie. Give Weird Al another crack at the silver screen. So here's the plot of my movie.
Okay.
Alfred Matthew Yankovic is an all-world accordion player. He plays huge venues and is a hot commodity in the accordion world, obviously. However, his only goal is to play football. That's always been his lifelong goal, as long as he's lived, is to play football. Even though he doesn't have an ounce of ability for the game of football, he wants to play. One day, he goes to the fridge to get something to eat. When all of a sudden, everything is in there and it looks awful. And it's moving around. All the food in there looks alive. So then obviously we have to play Living in the Fridge.
Obviously. And I bet you would be able to guess whenever I get to the spot which song we're going to play. None of my friends are Weird Al fans, so they were like completely lost. And quite frankly, I didn't care. So, but I bet you probably would. I would. I rolled my eyes very, very hard when you said like they didn't know, and I'm like, well, you need to get new friends. That's all I'm saying.
Well, obviously, I do. So he picks one of the pieces of food and just eats it, then passes out.
He just eats it.
Yeah. I figure that's a very Weird Al thing. Just this looks good.
This is fine.
This is good. So he just eats it. He wakes up, and all of a sudden, he has the smallest ounce of athletic ability. He has a smidge ability to play football. He can throw a football somewhat. He's still not that good, but he has a little bit more ability than he did before. So basically, it's enough ability to not be worthless at the game. So obviously, he's gonna try out for the Albuquerque Mastodons.
Okay.
And surprisingly, Albuquerque is not actually going to be a song in this movie. It's being played while the credits roll at the end.
Obviously.
So he tries out for the Albuquerque Mastodons at the age of 61. Probably by the time he makes this, we'll have to make his age a little bit older.
Yeah, he's 62 now. He
Yeah, I
turned-
know. Yeah, whenever I did this, he was 61. So now he's 62.
Yep.
And whenever he makes this, I guess we don't actually have to go by his actual age, but it's more fun that way. So he makes the team as a third string quarterback. He is soon known as the worst player in the NFL. Being the worst player gets him all of the endorsements. Somehow, just because you always have the ones that are the best. They get a lot of endorsements, but for Al, being the worst gets him all the money in the world. And he becomes the most well-known player in the NFL. So then, after becoming the richest player in the NFL, he turns to the camera and sings the chorus to Everything You Know Is Wrong. Which is one of my favorites. I'll go and say we're not talking about that today, but that's one of my favorite songs.
Mine
One of my
too.
favorite Weird Al songs. Then it goes to every single person in the world wanting to watch him play and hoping that somehow he'll get in the game. And then as they show everybody watching the game on the TV, they play Frank's 3,000-inch TV.
2000.
Did I say 3,000?
Yes, you did.
I meant 2,000.
I just have to fact check the inches.
No,
of
you're
the TV.
perfectly
The math.
fine.
The math. We did the math.
I'm adding another 1,000.
Okay.
Let me add another 1,000 to
Alright,
that
fine.
TV.
It's a jumbotron. It's large.
And he's going to rewrite that one lyric to 3,000 for me.
Just for you.
Yes. So then the Mastodons end up making the Super Bowl, and where before the game, a group of drunk fans obviously are going to sing sports song.
Of course.
And during the first quarter, both QB1 and QB2 get injured in the game. And I forgot to mention his name. His name is Teddy Manislowski.
Okay.
Manislowski has to get in the game and throw and he throws 8 interceptions and no touchdowns, which isn't good for anybody who's paying attention to who knows football. That's not a really good stat.
It's very bad.
Yes. Obviously, he plays so awful that everybody's ecstatic and goes bonkers because he is so bad. They just love it. It's a very weird movie. So he has the worst Super Bowl performance of all time, and he wins the MVP because as he sings one more time, Everything You Know Is Wrong. He sings that chorus one more time, and then the movie ends with him on the field performing for the crowd when he's singing This Is the Life.
Oh, that's a good song.
And he does it with a verse rewritten to fit the movie. Because really, This Is the Life doesn't fit what happened in this movie per se.
Right.
Yeah. So he needs to rewrite some of the songs to make them perfectly fit, but I think he can. I have faith in Weird Al.
Yeah.
So then during the credits, Albuquerque is played. And then we might as well just throw in the Hamilton polka just because it's fun.
It's the best polka.
It is. And actually, I'm a little different than you all in that I love Hamilton. I love musical theater. I've always been involved with musical theater, and it took me a little while to get Hamilton, but after a while, I was hooked. So I really enjoy, and the polka is just amazing.
Yeah.
Especially seeing the video he did with the cast and speeding it up. I've watched that probably 20 times.
Oh yeah, 27 times at least.
27. I missed my Weird Al reference. My 27 reference.
I do this for a living, so it's
See, and I don't talk about Weird Al at all in my podcast. At one point we did a part of the Sports Flicks podcast is what Weird Al song goes to the movie. But that we're talking, but eventually they stopped asking that, so we stopped that. But so I don't talk too much about Weird Al. But then I figure during the credits, Lame Claim to Fame also could go over that. So yeah, that's my Weird Al movie that I'm excited will get made.
I think it will. Yeah.
I other stories you could include, if you want, one of them, Manislowski, someone could get cloned.
He could.
So you could think of a clone now.
Uh-huh.
And obviously you could have his wife try to kill him at one point, and that's when you play You Don't Love Me Anymore.
That's why you play that song. Yeah.
So there's so many different ways you can go with that.
Mm-hmm.
But now, so that's my movie. If anybody wants to greenlight it, if Weird Al's listening, I'm sure he is.
Of course.
And wants to do that movie, I'm all for it. But I want to talk about some of the songs I've picked.
Indulge yourself, my friend. Yes.
Weird Al. My first album was actually Greatest Hits Volume 2.
Oh, hold Hold on, sir. I have Greatest Hits Volume 1 on cassette right behind me.
What?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
And hold on, since I have you here, look what I just got today. Oh no, I knocked everything off my table. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I just got this today.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's in 3D on vinyl. Yeah.
Wow. I about a year or so ago I got a turntable, so I've started getting vinyl.
Yeah, it's like it's been super fun for me. My birthday was recently and my parents gave me money and my mom said she said and I quote, "I hope you don't think it was like thoughtless that we just gave you money, but I want you to get something that you like, so get yourself something fun and let us know what it is." So, I went to eBay and I bought In 3D on vinyl. I bought Dare to Be Stupid on vinyl and then I bid in and those are both buy now. And then I bid in an auction for Weird Al's self-titled debut album in a bundle with In 3D. But I bought the In 3D on a buy now, so like I got that. But then I found out like literally half an hour before we started recording today that I won the auction. So then I'm gonna have 2 copies of In 3D on vinyl. So I'm gonna give one to my brother because I don't need 2 copies, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll have his first 3 albums on vinyl that I can listen to during the day and enjoy myself.
Wonderful.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on the victory. It's always nice to win something, no matter what it is. So just knowing that you won, I feel is good. So it's actually something that you want,
especially on eBay because I'm highest bidder. Hey,
and that's one of those songs that there are a lot of Weird Al songs where if the original comes on, I sing the. I don't think I've ever. I think it's been a long time since I've actually sung the words to American Pie.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the last time because I don't think I remember the words. I only know the Weird Al words.
That's
off the top of my head.
Yeah. No, same. What happens is you start with the Weird Al words, and then there's like 2 verses in the middle that because Al's is shorter, so you have to sing Don McLean's words for like 2 verses, and then you switch back.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% sure I've ever heard "Gangsta's Paradise." Honestly,
yeah, you don't have.
Amish Paradise is probably my top 5 of his songs, but I don't know if I've ever heard "Gangsta's Paradise." But so headline news is the first Weird Al song I've ever heard.
Oh, really?
Because
that
was my first album, and before that, I never. And it came out in '94, I believe. I don't think I got it till '97-ish, '98, because it was after. It was after Bad Hair Day.
Okay.
So because it came out before Bad Hair Day, but I bought it after because Bad Hair Day was not the first live album I listened to, or that I listened to in real time. The first like full album I listened to in real time was Running with Scissors. Was the first album I bought in real time.
You have a unique timeline, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Because I was also born in '83, so I feel like '95 would probably be a good timeline for me to really start getting into him.
Yeah, because I was born in '85, and my first was Bad Hair Day in '96. So yeah, like it makes sense. Your timeline makes sense. Like that's the age where you start getting into Weird Al, and I think everybody is very, very much the same in that regard. Not to derail, but I'm going to derail slightly for just a second. I'm working on putting an episode together where I'm talking with a bunch of Weird Al fans under the age of 25. And I thought I was going to get like a bunch of 20-something like Gen Zers. But I had parents reach out to me saying, "Oh, my kid would love to talk to you." So I have I have an 8-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 19-year-old, and then like 3 early 20-something people who are going to like talk to me for just a couple minutes about their like Weird Al experience. And I'm so excited because like you were saying, like that age, like 8, 9, 10, 11, like that little bubble is the place where it usually happens. And so I'm very curious to hear how like how it happened for people that are like that much younger, you know?
Yeah. And for me, at least, and you've probably noticed this as well, albums that I listened to for the first time in real time, they release it as the first album I listened to that they've released. I always have a special place in my heart. Yeah. So Running with Scissors isn't probably my favorite album now, but it always has a special place in my heart. The first, I told you I was earlier. I told you I was a Beatles fan. The first Paul McCartney album I got was Driving Rain, which is often seen as one of his not best. And so, but I love it because it was the first. It came out in not 2000 ish, and it's one of my favorites. Green Day. I also enjoy Green Day, and Warning is the first album I got all around the same time. So obviously, my music. I just started listening to music apparently at the same time.
Yeah, you had a year, like you just had a
Yes,
year.
everything just came together. So I love that one more than maybe some others that people will say are better. But so Headline News was the first song that I heard, and it blew my mind when I found out it was written for that, and it wasn't on an album because Yoda's on that album, and You Don't Love Me Anymore is on that album, and Achy Breaky Song, which I weirdly love.
Okay.
I'm the only person in the world who loves that song.
You might be.
I think because I don't like country, and I can sing it as annoying as possible, and I just enjoy just singing with that song because I don't think anybody else in the world likes that song except for me. So I'm the only one that buys it whenever that song's on an album. I need Achy Breaky Song. But yeah, so that was my first album, and a lot of times, because what we're talking about is original albums, and whenever I think of original songs, I think of style parodies, which some people might say a style parody is that original because that's in the vein of it. But I include style parodies in with original because it's not discreetly parodying one song.
Yeah, exactly. No, the style parodies are originals for sure.
I've heard the discussion, but I'm like, I think it's an original.
I consider myself an authority on this subject. So the style parodies are original songs.
Thank goodness.
They're just inspired by.
I can go on now. I don't have to stop this recording. I'm glad. And the thing about style parodies is they are not. People think of them as good style parody songs, but I don't, because they are good songs in that vein. Your horoscope for today is not a great ska style parody song. It's a great ska song.
Yep.
And it's kind of an interesting dichotomy. But Pancreas, I think, is obviously it's hilarious as a. It got me through parts of school, knowing what the Pancreas does. Thank you, Weird Al, for helping me. I appreciate that. But it's a good Beach Boys song. It's like as I'm listening, I'm like, hey, why did the Beach Boys do this weird song? It's wonderful. And
it's perfect. It's so perfect.
Yeah. So I don't like to say that they're necessarily great style parody songs, but they're great songs even more in that style. And so we're going to discuss some of my favorite ones. I want to start.
Yes, please.
With my favorite Weird Al song of all time. This is number 1 on my list. It is not a parody. So number 1 on my list is You Don't Love Me Anymore.
That's a great, great song.
I fell in love with that song when I first heard it on the first album that I had on Greatest Hits Volume 2. I have, at any time, that's one of the songs that whenever it just plays, I sing along with, basically like I'm as serious as he's acting to be. I mean, you're saying ridiculous lyrics, but just being as serious as he is. I know that we're having problems when you put those piranhas in my bathtub again. Who writes that? You're still the light of my life? Even though you put piranhas in my bathtub, you're the light of my life.
And you tell all your friends that I'm the Antichrist.
Yes. Oh, darling, I'm begging, would you put down that knife?
Yeah. Now, if you don't mind me asking,
elevator shaft.
Yeah,
what is that?
It's crazy. Now, if you don't mind me asking, what's this poisonous cobra doing in my underwear drawer?
It's just one of those things that he goes the whole time saying, I don't think you love me anymore. Oh, yeah, but you're trying to kill me.
Yeah.
But I have this feeling that you don't love me. And the music video is also one of my favorites. That's one of my favorite music videos of his. and it's a parody of More Than Words by Extreme.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to watch that music video just a couple days ago because it had been a long time since I'd seen that music video. And I wish I couldn't find a YouTube video of both of the songs side by side.
Oh, I never even thought to do that. But I don't know if anybody's done that. People have done a side by side with the Jimmy Fallon, I think, and Paul Rudd, or was it Paul Rudd? I don't know. They did a parody of the More Than Words video, but also singing More Than Words still. So I think there's a side by side of the More Than Words and that. But I don't know about You Don't Love Me Anymore. So I'm going to throw this out there. Hey, loyal commenters commenting in the comments, people listening to this podcast, somebody make this side by side video so my friend Phil has something to watch. Thank you.
Exactly. I need YouTube videos to watch. So make me some.
Yeah. Make that one in particular. That one.
Yes. And I had seen that his record label, Weird Al's record label, had informed him that because You Don't Love Me Anymore is an original composition, that the accompanying parody music video had to be, or the music video had to be a parody. Because since they were going to release it as a single. And who releases a Weird Al song as a single if it's not a full-blown parody?
Well,
especially at the time the song was made, when he was known as the Eat It guy.
Right. I know, I get it, but nah.
But I don't know. I've spent my whole life trying to tell people about the genius of Weird Al. I feel like sometimes I'm losing. Sometimes it's kind of losing a battle because you're like, he is not just a parody artist. I love his parodies, but you need to get with it.
Get with it. Exactly. Why do you think I started this freaking podcast? Right? Because it's like I got sick and tired of telling people, and then people started listening to the podcast, and now I have proof to the people in my real life. Look it. People are listening to this. It's more than just me saying these things. I have evidence now. I'm establishing my ethos that yes, Weird Al is the best. Everybody else can shut up if you don't think that. And I've been working out. Like, I could beat these people up if they don't like it. Like, oh my God, I'm sorry. Whose kneecaps do I have to break? Who just spoke ill of Weird Al? Because I will come.
It's like a beacon. It's like a beacon, like a bat signal or something.
Yeah, I had my friend Ryan Luis Rodriguez from the Coolness Chronicles podcast. I had him on the show. It was quite some time ago at this point, but he said something that I thought was so incredibly beautiful. He was like, finding another Weird Al like fan out in the world. It's like an empathy handshake, because like you automatically know that person is kind and that person is gonna like accept you and be nice to you. And so that's why I have worn a Weird Al shirt every day this year, and it's been so far like the best year of my life, because every time I go out in the world, it's like, oh, like it's been wonderful, and I enjoy being that for people, and I enjoy having it reflected back at me. And so, like, you got to find those Weird Al people. Like,
well, and it's also, you talked about how just the empathy and kindness from other Weird Al fans. It's always nice to hear stories about how nice the person you look up to is. And Weird Al's one of those.
Yes.
Is that I don't think there's never been a negative story about him that I've ever seen.
Nope.
It's always about how wonderful of a human being he is. And you love hearing about that because, when a few years ago when Me Too became hashtag Me Too became a thing, it was like, oh my, okay, who do I really look up to? Is something going to come out against?
Yep.
And Weird Al was one of those. I was like, I got nothing to worry about. Weird Al.
You're safe. You're safe with him. Like, there's nobody better to look up to and emulate. Like, since immersing myself in doing this podcast, like, this is going to sound really weird to say, but I think I've become a better person. I've become a kinder person because I'm so entrenched in this man's like kindness that I think it has kind of by proxy, by association, what have you, kind of rubbed off on me, and now I assume positive intent more than I used to, and I think I'm just nicer than like I was never like a mean person, but
you used to be a jerk, but
I
when you
used to
started this,
I'm a jerk. Yeah, I was a jerk. No, but you get what I'm saying, right? It's like
yeah.
I feel better, and like
Mhm.
I think I'm looking at the world in a more positive way, and like it feels better coming back at me. And
Mhm.
I think a lot of that is just like the the Weird Al of it all. Is this so strange to say?
Yes. Well, and then whenever you find, it's one of those things. I also like to know that people that I look up to are big dorks about Weird Al as well.
Yep.
So Lin-Manuel Miranda, who I love Hamilton, I like In the Heights, and a lot of stuff he does. Knowing that he's a huge Weird Al nerd made me like him even more.
Right, exactly.
Jimmy
And
Fallon, it made me like him even more.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, yes. Which, it's Halloween every time on Halloween. But you know what? It brings Weird Al to the forefront of people's minds.
Yep.
Because that's, so I'm okay with it. But
I can't even tell you every year how many people send me that meme as if I've never seen it before. And I want to be like, there's part of me still that wants to be like, who do you think I am that I haven't seen this and that you have to send it to me? But then the Weird Al comes into my brain, and I'm just like, thank you so much for sending this to me and for thinking of me when you saw this. I've seen it before, but I love that I'm in that file in your brain. You know?
yeah.
Because like, part of me's like, oh, seriously, you think I haven't seen this? Like, I got like 50 of them this year. And I'm like, oh!
I don't even know what year that's from. Do you have any clue? I've seen it every year starting at some point.
It's
And
like at least 5 years ago, whenever Ant-Man came out, like the Halloween after Ant-Man.
But every time I only see it during 1 month during the year, but I enjoy it whenever I see it in October.
It's fun. It's fun. I love how our self-indulgent episode has already gone off the rails, because I know you have several songs that you want to talk about.
I do. This is basically how, if you enjoy going off the rails, you can listen to Sports Flicks, Just Give Us Clicks, where we go off the rails all the time.
Yeah, we're always
that's my self-indulgent.
We're always on the rails.
Okay, and I also enjoy that Robert Goulet is in the music video. That's fun for me.
That's
to see
fun
Robert.
it's fun for everyone.
To see Robert Goulet. Okay, the next song, I'm done. That's my favorite song of all time. Is Don't Download the Song.
Really?
I love that song with a passion. That is another one that I will sing at the top of my lungs. I don't know. I for some reason, we all have guilty pleasures. We Are the World is a guilty pleasure of mine.
Okay, I mean, it's just a pleasure. You shouldn't be ashamed of it.
Okay, it's a pleasure of mine. But it's one of those. It's interesting because a lot of the charity songs, because it isn't just We Are the World. It's just it's all kinds of charity songs.
Oh
and
yeah,
a lot of them are very white savior-esque.
Do they know it's Christmas?
Yeah, do they know it's Christmas? Always pops in my head as a white savior, as we will save them. So I don't necessarily like do they know it's Christmas is easily one of my least favorite songs. Because that is very...
It's so like, do they have Christmas in Africa? Boy.
But I enjoy Don't Download the Song. I also... I don't know. I'm assuming all Weird Al fans are either failed or successful parody writers, or consider themselves parody writers,
or like to do it in their lives. Yeah.
And I am one of those.
Same.
As is everybody, I'm sure. Most Weird Al fans, I would say. I am, and this will kind of get into my job, what I do now. I work for a progressive United Methodist Church in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and every year we have an annual conference where they talk about business and blah, 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 and all kinds of stuff. And we do a show, which is basically a roast of the United Methodist Church, by clergy is in there, ladies in there. I'm usually in there. And
so you're neither clergy nor lady, are you?
Okay, I am lady.
I know.
but I'm just they also throw me in there at some point.
I'm there too.
And we I like to write some of the songs for that. And like
Oh.
one time I wrote the opening song of Hamilton. There's a pastor that's well known named Adam Hamilton.
Okay.
He's in Kansas City.
So he's Pastor Adam Hamilton.
Yeah, Pastor Adam Hamilton. and I wrote all the lyrics for that based off of a very small bio. At some point, I want to get to talk to him so I can make sure everything is 100% accurate, because it was a small bio that I had to work with. But I worked my butt off on that one. And then with the UMC, we're a progressive church. So there's about LGBTQ and marriage equality is a big part. I don't know if you know what's going on in the UMC, United Methodist Church, at all, but that is a big part. And as a progressive Christian, I wrote a parody of, not a parody because that sounds like it's a joke song.
A parody is just, it's not.
But when you say parody, people are going to think, oh, it's a joke. We Are the World.
It's not technically a joke. And trust me, because I literally have a scholarly book on the art of parody, pastiche, and satire right here. There's like academic parody. Parody is not a joke. So
there you go. I like it.
It is, but that's
I need my academic book. But it's called "We Are the World," and I wrote a song called "We Are the Church."
Oh,
about the main part is, we are the church, love is our mission, we are created and loved by God, we are God's vision. It is time for change, for all the UMC to realize what we need is full equality. So and then the verses kind of go with that. So that song has always been a dear song for me. And Don't Download the Song, I love because Weird Al takes a very satirical look at this song. He takes it from a satirical way, and what Weird Al said about it was about what Weird Al said about about streaming and all that at the time was that he had mixed feelings about it, because on one hand I'm concerned that the rampant downloading of my copyright protected material over the internet is severely eating into my album sales and having a decidedly adverse effect on my career. On the other hand, I can get all the Metallica songs I want for free. Wow. And I like that look at it, because at that time the streaming was seen as a full negative. I mean, the lyrics in this song are very dated references. I used Kazaa when I was in college. Yeah. So I was in college from 2002 to 2007, which was during the time this album, Straight Outta Linwood, was released, which actually is my favorite album now. Straight Outta Linwood. I love almost every song on that album. And so they started talking about downloading MP3s from file sharing sites, Morpheus, Rockstar, LimeWire, Kazaa. Kids today have no idea what any of those are.
No, I know. And I did an episode not too long ago about songs that were on those streaming services that were incorrectly misattributed to Weird Al. Right? And
they probably had bad language.
They did have bad language.
Most of them do.
And like, if you know Weird Al at all, you know those aren't his songs.
But yeah, and it's interesting because some of the parts of the song, a lot of that song is just dated. You don't know. Same with like Headline News.
Oh, that whole song is dated.
That whole song is nothing but dated references. The only reference I remember from that time is the Tonya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan, the Lorena Bobbitt a little, because it was made into a joke at some point.
Yeah.
But I don't remember that actual story. But the Nancy Kerrigan, Tonya Harding, I remember that story. I remember watching the Olympics when that happened. Yes. But you know, people younger than a certain age are going to have to Google whatever.
They're going to have no frame of reference. I feel like people keep calling for Billy Joel to update We Didn't Start the Fire For more recent history, I feel like Weird Al should update headline news for some more recent headline news. But the problem is, news moves so quickly now that it would be impossible to do. Like, the news cycle is so much faster now than it used to be. And you're the only one that saw how fast I was turning my finger in a circle.
I did.
But
that was really fast.
It was really, really fast, guys. Like, I know this is an audio medium, but trust me, I'm moving my hand really, really fast.
Oh yeah. And that would be difficult because also it's 3 stories. What 3 stories is he going to pick? I mean, nowadays,
like, what could you even do? And like, and I don't even think I don't think he would even do something like that now, because the tone of the song Headline News, I think it's not like mean, right? Because it existed as part of the cultural zeitgeist at the time, because that was the temperature that people like had with those news stories. But I don't think Weird Al would take that tone with any news story at all today, you know? Because I mean, he did do the thing, I'm not sure if you saw it this past last November with the election, where he kind of did the fake debate, you know, and despite things.
Are you kidding me? Of course I saw that.
Okay. Who am I talking to? I don't know. Yeah.
Someone who called it Frank's 3000 inch TV. So you don't know what to believe, do you?
No, I don't. I truly don't. I don't know.
Do you even know who Weird Al is? That's what you're wondering.
Who is Weird Al? Do you know who Weird Al is? Are you familiar? Are you familiar with Weird Al?
No. I just boned up on my Weird Al over the last 2 days. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm on this podcast. I need to figure out who this guy is.
Yeah, you just read a little bit. You know, you wrote a little something down, and you said this better do. And I just need to. I'm really only here to promote my own podcast, and I'm just going to BS a bunch of stuff about Weird Al and hope it goes well.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. You caught me.
I caught you. Look at that. But don't download the song is great, because like you said, it's also knocking like those charity songs in a really interesting way, because like you had said earlier, they're all like that savior kind of song. Well, the people who are having their songs downloaded don't really need like a savior, you know? It's like I am
those diamond studded swimming pools.
I'm worth millions, you know. Oh boy, this is devastating to me.
I need a solid gold MV. Those diamond studded swimming pools. I need. You know, it's important.
It's important.
But it has lyrics like, you start out stealing songs, then you're robbing liquor stores, then selling crack, and running over school kids with your car.
That's a slippery slope logical fallacy right there.
It doesn't matter if you're grandma or a 7-year-old girl. They'll treat you like the evil, hard-bitten criminal scum you are. Just the satirical take on...
It's beautiful.
You're 90 years old. You just want to look up the song, Your Scum.
Your Scum.
Is hilarious to me.
I just wanted to hear Lawrence Welk. I don't know.
Also because I was scum and I did go to Kazaa.
We all did though.
I mean, you had to watch out what you were downloading and make sure it was the song because sometimes it was not.
Right. Yeah, but
or it'd be a virus alert. That kind of goes in with that, I guess.
Yes, it absolutely does.
Those songs go together.
Brilliant. Now, before we go too again far off the rails, you did have a Blue Moon, because you mentioned a doo-wop song, which I know I want to hear about.
Yes. Okay, I will go to that one. One of my favorite songs is off of... In fact, I'll open that up as I'm talking.
Do it!
I think I finished my other one. Well, I have a little bit, so I'll finish that later.
Well, it's only 4-point-something%, so
that's
go back to it.
Dare to Be Stupid, One More Minute.
Uh-huh.
Is do Wapian, if you will. It's interesting to me on that one, because that one was released on Dare to Be Stupid, which was recorded in 84 and the beginning of 85. Like the latter half of 84, the first few months of 85, if I'm not mistaken. And There is an album that was released in '83, full of doo-wop songs.
Hold on, just a hot second. It's this, isn't it?
Yes.
Billy Joel, an innocent
Billy
man.
Joel, An Innocent Man.
I just whipped it out on vinyl because I'm cool AF.
You are, and that is actually my favorite Billy Joel album
It's so good.
because I love doo-wop. And now this particular song reminds me. Every time I listen to it, it reminds me of This Night from An
Yeah.
Innocent Man.
Mhm.
And I always wonder, did Billy Joel, because he recorded this right after, that's like a year after that album was released.
Oh,
And shortly after that song, I think right around the time that song was released as a single, This Night.
that's a good.
And-
Oh, that's interesting. I honestly hadn't made that connection. Because I love the album and An Innocent Man, Billy Joel.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
But why else would he do a doo-wop song right after An Innocent Man, which was full of doo-wop?
Why else
was
would and you know that Weird Al was aware of like Billy Joel's whole thing.
Because it's still Billy Joel to him.
It's still Billy
if
Joel.
I'm not
to him.
mistaken.
Exactly. It's still
Yeah, and
Billy Joel.
So obviously and the song "It's Still Billy Joel to Me" is talking about Billy Joel changing. He always changes to kind of fit
what's
whatever
happening.
what's
Yeah.
happening. So he knew that Billy Joel was making those changes, and
it's still Billy Joel to me.
it is. So I've always wondered if This Night he got not necessarily he took it from that song, but if it kind of helped.
It got inspiration from the fact that there was a whole album based on like at quote unquote like retro styles at the time. Oh, that is really interesting. Boom. Mic drop.
Yeah. Okay, this podcast is over. I can't get any better from here.
No, but seriously, like you blew my mind a little bit just now.
Yeah, and I love doo-wop. I love the Crystals, the all of those groups from the '60s.
Yeah.
Doing doo-wop. So An Innocent Man has long been my favorite Billy Joel album. Probably the longest time is actually my favorite Billy Joel song. And that whole album I enjoy. So the Weird Al portion of it, I was curious if he might have got some inspiration from that album.
That's a good question. And I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know. If I ever
don't know,
talk
'cause
to Weird Al, I'll ask him.
Because I did decide to look it up because I was like, okay, I want to look up if he's ever mentioned where he got inspiration for the song, other than tearing his ex-girlfriend's picture. That's all. That's all we know,
Right.
as far as I can tell. But I was wondering if, and he never did. So I thought, oh, well, whenever I get my long-awaited interview with him, on my sports podcast, there's no reason he'd come on a sports podcast except to talk about the movie he's going to make.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so
He's gonna make.
yeah, that I wrote the synopsis for.
Yep.
And he'll probably want me to write the script.
He probably will. Yeah,
I gotta get going on that.
you better hunker down. It's NaNoWriMo. Well, when we're recording this, right? National
Yes.
Novel
And then-
Writing Month.
And then with one more minute, he says the lyrics, "I'd rather rip out my intestines with a fork than watch you going out with other men."
Oh,
Which is funny because I told you I was a Beatles fan and I like connecting lyrics and connecting songs. That's a complete opposite of what the Beatles said in Run for Your Life. And that just made me laugh. Because I'd rather see you dead, little girl, than to be with another man. So basically, Run for Your Life is like, I'd rather something awful happen to you.
Or I'd rather do something awful to myself.
And Weird Al is, I'd rather do something awful to myself. And that was just a humorous dichotomy.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, which Run for Your Life was, the first line from Run for Your Life was taken from a Elvis Presley song called Let's Play House, I think. He says the lyrics, "I'd rather see you dead, little girl, than to be with another man." And so John Lennon wrote a full song about it.
It all.
And then Weird Al said, "No, I'm going to rip my intestines out." That's what it should be. With a fork.
That's what it should be. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, I like to connect, especially because I know Weird Al gets his ideas from everywhere. I
Mhm.
mean, he gets. I feel like he's always ready for an idea,
Yeah.
and so I'm interested to know. I wish there was a book. There was a Paul McCartney book that just came out today. We're recording this on November 2nd for those who do not know, and it's called The Lyrics, and it's like two big books, and it's stories behind. It's basically like his autobiography told through his lyrics, and it's stories behind all the lyrics
Oh wow.
and why he wrote it, and not all of them. There's like I mean, he has a ton of songs in his catalog, and I want Weird Al to write something like that.
I would like for him to do that too. Like, what made you think of this? Like, where did this come from?
Where was your head
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you were doing this?
I mean,
I,
who knows? Who knows?
I,
I think part of it is like just kind of the mystique that is the man. Like, do we need to know where it all came from?
I mean, he's weird.
He is weird. He is weird. So I do like to keep these episodes to about an hour ish. How many more songs do you have?
I have two,
Okay, we can definitely hit
I
them.
believe, and I can run by them. I can run through them.
Well, I mean, give them their due diligence, but let's
I will.
just, we'll be mindful of
I will.
all of that.
I mean, I'm sure I've said a lot of junk that you can just cut out. You're like, nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know about his podcast. Okay, this is we did. Why does this always happen to me?
Oh, that's
Is
a
one of my
good
favorite.
one. That's a good one.
It's from the underrated Poodle Hat.
Underrated
I-
Poodle Hat.
I love.
Poodle Hat's great. And I'm going to shout out my friend Russ from the Infectious Groove podcast, who also agrees with the both of us. The Poodle Hat is extremely underrated. And I think that's his favorite Weird Al album.
It's
And-
probably. I mean, Straight Outta Linwood's my favorite, and Poodle Hat's either 2 or 3. It's Running with Scissors, and Poodle Hat
And
would
Poodle
be
Hat.
my 2, 3. Yeah, those would be the Alpocalypse is always the one that I forget about.
Yeah.
Because that's the one album, and that's because I love Mandatory Fun. But Alpocalypse is one that I think it was at a bad time in my life.
Me too.
Not a bad time, but a time where I couldn't get into the album.
You weren't there. Yeah.
So I don't,
I did an
I don't-
episode recently about Alpocalypse with somebody who's like 20 years old. And that was their first Weird Al album.
Yeah.
And I got a whole new appreciation for it by talking with somebody who it was their, like, it was Alpocalypse was for them what Bad Hair Day was for me, or what Running with Scissors was for you.
Yeah.
It was like their first. And I was like, this is like fresh eyes on this thing. And it's beautiful. And I think every Weird Al album can have that spot in somebody's heart, like no matter what it is. But yes, I am with you. I usually forget about Alpocalypse until I remember Alpocalypse, and like the first half of Alpocalypse is fire, like absolute fire.
Definitely, and I think I've listened to that all the way through once or twice, just because it's never on my top Weird albums that I'm going to listen to.
But I love that you said Weird Album.
I listen to your podcast. What can I say?
It just makes me so happy when people do it. But no, seriously, I would say listen to Alpocalypse, like, because I mean, like, you've got Perform This Way into CNR and TMZ, and like the first half is really super duper solid. So
yeah, so I need to give it another listen. But so why does this always happen to me? Is one of those songs has 3 unconnecting parts that don't connect, and I enjoy those, kind of like Headline News
or Complicated
Song, which is, I believe, from the same album, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And so I enjoy, because also, how many times do we get upset about minor inconveniences?
All the time.
So it speaks to me because I mean, obviously, probably the bigger picture isn't as dire as in that song, but all the time, if I'm running a little bit late for work, it's not going to hurt anything. And just minor inconveniences bother us.
Yeah. I will fully admit that I got unreasonably irritated every single day at the beginning of the pandemic when the local news would preempt the Price is Right to give us the COVID update. I'm like, how dare you? I want to watch The Price is Right. I understand that COVID is a big deal, a very big deal, but I want to watch the play go.
So you were saying, why they have to interrupt Price is Right just for this? You were every time you were singing that
every day of the week, every day.
And are you doing okay now?
Oh no, I'm fine, because I mean they're it's
So you
Yeah.
can watch Price is Right now.
yes, it's just weather at this point.
That's
If
good.
that it gets, yeah.
But just the unconnecting, the three separate
Yeah,
parts,
yeah.
I enjoy. I also enjoy when someone I know is really upset. I'll play over something ridiculous. I'll play that song, and then they get really mad at me. So maybe I should stop doing that.
No, don't.
But okay, thanks. But I absolutely love the song because I understand it,
Mhm.
and I will say, you're going to want to end the podcast now because of what I'm about to say.
Oh boy.
One of my least favorite Weird Al songs is one of your favorites, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say that I absolutely love palindromes. However,
You hate Bob.
which is a weird thing to say because that's my dad's name. So you saying you hate Bob? Is I hope he doesn't hear this. But I think Bob. The Bob Dylan esque voice and I do not like Bob Dylan's voice and don't listen to any Bob Dylan music.
I don't either, and that's what makes it so funny to me. Is man im Regal,
Okay.
German
So-
is that?
So, other than the palindromes, which I'm sure you love, probably one of the reasons you like that is the same reason I love Achy Breaky Song. So I can kind of connect those two now
Okay, that's
because I
fair.
hate that voice. I hate the voice on Achy Breaky Heart, but I love Achy Breaky Song.
That's fair.
That's kind of the same. So I will try to think about that next time. Be like, I hate it, but maybe that's why I should love it.
We did do an episode on Bob. It was like our third episode of this show. Because we loved it, and we're like, we gotta talk about Bob.
I'm sure I've heard it.
What about Bob?
But it took me embarrassingly a long time to realize that it was all in palindromes. Because
The video.
when you
is
see the
what
music
does it.
video, you can see it. But when you just listen, I'm like, what is he talking about?
Mhm.
And I will say I hated it at the beginning. When I learned it was about palindromes, I liked it a little more because I do love a good palindrome. And how hard is it to write a song all in palindromes?
Difficult.
I'm never going to try.
No, don't. I wouldn't recommend it.
But anyways, but I love Why Does This Always Happen to Me? And then the last one is Good Old Days, which is why I drank my summer break because I think about the good old days.
I knew it.
I figured I knew I needed to get to this one because I knew
it.
this was the one you were thinking of.
I knew it.
I love it because at the beginning it legitimately sounds like a James Taylor song.
Yeah.
I was listening to it just the other day. I was like, oh yeah, James Taylor. Wait, no, this is Weird Al. This isn't a James Taylor song. But just the music at the beginning before he starts singing, it legitimately sounds like it's going to be like Fire and Rain or a James Taylor is going to start singing.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was like, okay. And so I looked it up. I was like, okay, that's James Taylor is what he was going for. But one of my pet peeves is when people talk about nostalgia, and which is why I enjoy the song, because people always talk about it used to be good in the good old days. This is how it used to be, and that's one of my biggest pet peeves because everything was good in the good old days. Because when I talk about the good old days, that was when I was in elementary school, and I had no worries. Because people always talk about when they were in school.
Yeah.
And I mean, yes, when I was 10, life was a lot easier for me than it is now at 37.
Yeah.
So just the nostalgia, whenever people talk about nostalgia, kind of is a pet peeve of mine.
I actually agree with you on that square because I know a lot of people that just can't get past the past.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, for whatever reason it is. And I'm like, do you realize how much happier you'd be if you lived for the moment that you're in right now?
Yeah.
And celebrate the moment that you're in rather than being like, oh, it was so much better back, or this and that.
It's great right now. I mean, not right now because of the pandemic. I mean, there's stuff that's going on.
There's always going to be something going on.
Yeah. I mean, of course, yes, I loved life in, let's say, 1995, when I would come home from school and just watch Tiny Toons and Animaniacs for an hour and live my life good, just watching my favorite cartoons, watching X-Men on Saturdays. Life was easy. Mm-hmm. And now I'm 37 with a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Oh boy.
And it's exhausting. So it just rubs me the wrong way when people talk about the good old days.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, that's just because you were younger and didn't have as many responsibilities as you probably do now.
Yeah.
And
but were they?
Go on.
Were they? What was it? Torturing rats? with a hacksaw and pulling the wings off of flies?
No, and that's when I was going to get into the song. It's a darker Weird Al song,
Uh-huh.
and it starts talking about the good old days, and then he torturing rats with a hacksaw and pulling wings off of flies, and talking about. I like dichotomy when he's so happy in his songs when he's so happy, but his lyrics are just like so negative and
Yeah.
so
Dark.
against the grain. I remember Larry is
Yeah.
also one of my favorites,
It's
which
good.
I didn't mention, just because like I remember he sings about remembering Larry. He basically killed Larry at the end.
He did kill Larry, and the good old days reminds me a lot of like the time, you know, taking her to the prom and things
Mhm.
like that. It reminds me a lot of Warren Zevon's "Excitable Boy." Have you heard that song?
Mm-mm,
Um,
I have not.
well, he's just an excitable boy. And he took the excitable boy in the Warren Zevon song took a girl to the prom and like killed her, and then buried her in the woods, and then got put away for it. And I was like, there's a parallel in the lyrics there with good old days, because it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, this didn't go as well that well either.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because do you remember Michelle? She was my high school romance.
Yep.
Sometimes I left her in the desert, basically. And sometimes I can
Uh-huh.
still hear the
And left
screams.
her. I could still hear the screams. Yeah, yeah. I took her to the homecoming dance. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are my songs. I spend my life. I spend my life. That's
My-
all I do.
My life.
All I do in my life is try to tell people how amazing the original songs are,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody knows the parodies. I love the parodies. They're a lot of times what kind of introduce people to Weird Al.
Yep.
They're like, oh, okay,
Uh-huh.
White and Nerdy. That was a funny video with Donny Osmond, and it's a funny song.
Yeah.
I'll listen to the other songs, that's probably my favorite parody of his.
Good one.
It's probably my favorite.
I mean,
But
it's good to drive to. I like driving to White and Nerdy because I do the lean back and they see me mowing. I do it.
oh yeah. Or All About the Pentiums is another one that's
Yep.
kind of is in the same vein.
Mhm.
But it's the originals that a lot of people don't know. I try to tell people he is a musical genius. I want you to know this.
He is.
He is a musical genius. Whenever I listen to you, I listen to a couple more Weird Al podcasts that I found. I listen to all kinds of fun things about Weird Al. I remember when my friends were confused when I was like, yeah, I'm listening to a Weird Al podcast. Why would you listen to, man, maybe I do need new friends. Maybe.
I mean, I'm not telling you what to do with your life. I'm just saying that, you don't need that kind of negativity.
Exactly. I appreciate that. You're giving me life lessons over here.
This is what I do now. I'm like a Sherpa of Weird Al.
I mean, same things when I went to the library and I saw Nathan Raven's first book. I was like,
Weird Al.
I didn't know there was a book about Weird Al. I need to get this book.
Mm-hmm.
And then I need to purchase that one. I purchased his I purchased the coloring book. That hasn't come in yet. But before that,
the weird accordion.
Yes.
Now.
I read all that in like maybe a day.
Now, did you get the regular version or the ridiculously self-indulgent, ill-advised vanity version?
I got the self-indulgent
yeah,
version,
you did, bro.
I'm all about being. This is a self-indulgent podcast, so I need only the self-indulgent version.
That's true. That's true, and I appreciate that you did that. That's very good. That's very good.
Yeah, but but I was like, oh, I need to get the coloring book. I don't even really like coloring all that much. My wife loves coloring. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan, but I was like, if it's Weird Al related,
and it's beautiful. The captions are fabulous. Everybody should own one. I don't care who you are.
And purchase it from his website, right?
Purchase it from nathanrabin.com/shop. Hey, see, Nathan Rabin, you're not even paying me for this. Thank you for the extra coloring books in my package. No, he's the coolest guy. And
I enjoy when he's on the podcast.
He's my fellow Alvangelist. Weird Alvangelist.
I'm a big fan of puns. So anytime you have any Weird Al type of pun, I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I'll keep doing them just for you and also for myself because I enjoy them deeply.
Thank you. And you had a little salute when he said that, so I appreciate the salute.
I did. I'm proud of what I do, man.
I was gonna say, I don't even know if he meant to. It might have just been.
No, it just happened. I did just salute, and I'm gonna stand by it. Again, this is an audio medium. People don't know. You had to go and call it out. But yes, I did salute. I did salute. That's what I did. That's what happened in this moment.
Yes,
But,
yes.
I think this is a really good time to put a pin in this episode, right?
Sounds good.
First of all, it has been so much fun having you here. Do you want to close real quick with, again, people probably heard it at the beginning, but if they made it to the end, just very quickly, where they can find the shows that you have, other than the show notes of this episode.
Yes.
Or if you just want to say, look in the show notes of this episode.
Look in the show notes. What the show notes say are the amazing Philip Boone can be found. I'm telling you what I think the show notes should say.
The amazing Philip Boone can be found. I'll put that. Yes. I'll say that. I don't.
And they'll be very confused until they hear this episode. They'll be like, "Oh, that's why it says that."
Oh.
I have two podcasts. One is called Sports Flicks. Just give us clicks. Flicks and clicks are both with an X, which I did not say, not with a CKS. Sports Flicks with an X. Just give us clicks with an X. And we started back in January, and we have 3 episodes a month. We took one random month off, so we have 20 episodes, a bunch of episodes. I don't know.
Yeah, cool.
And then it's super fun. It's me and 5 buddies, and it's a wonderful time for us to. Because before this, we would just text and we're like, hey, let's start a podcast so we can see each other and hang out for a couple hours every couple weeks. And so it's a great time. So definitely that we can also be found on Twitter at SportsFlixPod. And then on Instagram with the same thing, with the X, no CKS. We don't do any CKS here with the X.
The X's. Mark.
Yes, like Des Bryant with the X.
Throw up the X, yeah.
Yes, I'm also a Dallas Cowboys fan, so I was going to throw that in there. I do not like the Eagles, so no Eagles. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. I knew I liked you.
And also my second podcast is called The Ultimate Gilmore Girls Movie Night.
Yes,
and it's my wife and I, and we go through all the movies. We're about to record The Shining, which is a good one.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of movies I've never seen before, a lot of movies that I have. The last one was, we did Schindler's List, which is the most serious one that we have done.
Yeah. That's really serious.
But listen to it because it has good conversations.
I believe.
So definitely listen to those. And it's been great to be here.
Oh, yes. It's been wonderful to have you. And again, people, check the show notes. Listen to what this man has to talk about. Because, man, that seems like incredibly interesting. You have 2, really, again, unique, roadways into different sections of pop culture. And I love
the
it.
Sportsflix pod, we also have, it's the 6 of us, and we also have a wives segment because they watch the movies with us. And so we do a wives segment that we record separately and put it in the middle. Be like, hey, what do the wives have to say about this movie?
Oh, that's
neat. So if anybody's interested, which also means doing both these podcasts, that my wife Courtney and I are watching a lot of movies. And having 2 kids, sometimes it's taking 2 or 3 days to watch the movie, but we get there.
You get there. You get it done, and you do it for the people. You are dedicated, and I like that.
Yes.
So, Philip Boone, thank you for being on the Beard Owl podcast. It has been an absolute delight. I'm going to put a pin in this episode, and I want to thank all of our listeners for listening. And, we're going to come at you again next time, people, with something fun. I have no idea what it's going to be, but I guarantee it's going to be fun because that's what you get on the show, so I'm not making an empty promise. It's going to be fabulous.
And I will listen.
Yes, you will listen.
You'll have me as a listener, definitely.
At least one. That's it. We got at least one. And all right.
And buy all of Nathan Rabin's books.
Buy all of Nathan Rabin's books and Lily Hirsch's book, Weird Al Seriously, because it's fabulous. Because I have to plug her too, because she's my girl. And all right,
and get excited for this sports movie that Weird Al's going to be in.
Yes, of course.
So.
This sports movie
okay, now I'm done.
100% will happen. It will absolutely happen. All right, bye everybody. Bye 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 bye.
Sorry, we got a 1. We got a capsule again.